Hi, welcome back to another video. If this is the first video that you're watching, welcome. My name is Taryn Mink, and I'm an early childhood mental health consultant and therapist and a member of the early childhood team at Hopewell Health Centers. Thank you so much for joining us today as we talk about ways to discuss the pandemic with young children. These ideas can be used individually or with a group of children to promote discussion and communicate feelings. We understand as consultants that these conversations can be incredibly challenging, and we hope that these tips will help to open up new ways to communicate with your child or your classroom. So the first tip that we have is to acknowledge for children that there are big feelings, because right now everyone is experiencing different feelings and reactions related to the pandemic. Depending on what the child understands and what they've heard about the coronavirus, their feelings may be varied from incredibly scared to angry about events being canceled and their favorite places being closed. They may be feeling sad because they miss their friends, their family, and their school. Children may have thoughts and feelings based on what the important adults in their lives have shared with them. The most important thing that you can do is to acknowledge that everyone is having big feelings during this time, and that the child or group of children, that their feelings are valid, that they're important, and they're okay. Trusted adults and educators may want to share some of their own feelings during this time, like being worried or being hopeful, so that children understand the experiences of others. Our second tip is to help them understand what they can do with their feelings. So after we acknowledge and normalize a child's feelings, it can be helpful to provide ideas about what a child can do with the feelings that they're having. We as adults sometimes, we expect kids to know what to do with certain feelings, even if they haven't been taught. So let me share an example with you. A child may be feeling scared about the coronavirus or be worried about themselves or important people in their lives. They may not know how to handle these feelings, and they may act out or they may shut down. We might say, I understand that you're feeling worried. It's okay to feel that way. When you're worried, you can talk to me about your feelings and I'll listen, and we can work through it together. So teaching children what they can do when they have big feelings gives them permission to engage in activities to care for themselves, and it encourages them to share their feelings with others. The third tip that we have is to share factual, concrete information in ways that young children can understand. So we know young children are like sponges. They are always listening and learning from the people and environment around them. And as curious learners, children are constantly seeking information. So when we have the opportunity to talk with children about the pandemic, it's important to share factual information in a way that's easy for them to comprehend. Young children may not understand speculation, and adult opinions could be challenging for them. So instead, you might try using statements like, there's a virus called the coronavirus or COVID-19. It's making people sick. We want to keep ourselves safe and others safe. So we're staying home more and we're wearing a mask when we go outside. Teachers can also provide information in a similar way regarding the virus and what might be happening at school. Our fourth tip is to share stories with children about the coronavirus and precautions that might be taken. So we know that children gain so much insight and learn in incredible ways through books and stories, especially when they're read and shared by trusted adults like parents, caregivers, and teachers. It's amazing how young children are able to process their feelings and understand situations when they're placed in a story format. So during this time of the pandemic, there have been several stories and books written about the coronavirus, about precautions and how this is impacting children. So social stories have also been created to help children understand the changes that we've all been experiencing. I will link these books and resources in the description box below, and we encourage you to try reading one with your child or your classroom. If you know of other books and resources for young children surrounding the pandemic, please add those resources to the comments for everyone to use so that we can all learn and share with each other. Our fifth tip is to allow children the opportunities to share their feelings and concerns. As we open conversations about big feelings and offer ways to support the feelings, it's really important to allow for additional opportunities for children to share. Really listening to fears and challenges and even the excitement of seeing family or returning to school is so incredibly significant. It helps children feel that they're being heard, that their experiences are valued, and that adults care about what they have to say and what they have to share with them. So we want to provide additional opportunities and ask questions of children about how they're feeling during this time. But we know many young children may not know how they feel about COVID-19 because it's so incredibly hard for even us as adults to understand how we feel. If children cannot share with us verbally how they feel, that's okay. We can notice how they're playing, what they show us with their behavior, and we can also watch how they interact with others. We can tell them what we see from them, and we can provide the language for the communication we know that they're sharing. They may also give us clues as to how they're feeling, and this also can help us know how to support them. If you're interested in learning more about the early childhood mental health consultation services, or you have questions, please feel free to contact the Preschool Prevention Expulsion Hotline, or you can email us. And I've included the contact information for both of these in the description box. I hope that you found these ideas helpful, and this video encourages you to open up communication and opportunities to share feelings and to let kids know that their feelings are valued and are being heard. We hope that these tools can help support and encourage you during this challenging time. And please reach out if we can be helpful in any way. Thank you so much for joining us today.